everybody, my name is Cody. I'm one of the guitar players here at Calvary Church in Naperville, and just wanted to show you a quick gear demo of some of the stuff we're using week in and week out. Not that YouTube needs another pedalboard demo, but just hope that this would help you. So the guitar that I'm using here today is my main guitar. It's a Gretsch Black Panther, which is Gretsch's take on a Gibson 335. It is got a center block down the middle, Gretsch's Filtertron pickups, and a Bigsby. I've played Strats, played Tellies during worship, and this is the one that kind of stands out to me. I get excited every time I play it because the tone just soars over the rest of the band. Gretsch's are awesome. And I'm running right into a Morgan AC20 Deluxe. The switch on the back is a 6L6, and the power level is all the way up with the cut at about 75%. And without any pedals, here is what that combination sounds like. Alright, so for the pedal board, some of the things that I'm using, I keep this EP Booster and the compression on at all times. It is a Xotic Effects EP Booster and Walrus Audio Deep 6 compressor. EP Booster has kind of been one of my tone secrets that doesn't leave any of the different pedal boards that I use. Some guys like to use it as a volume boost, but I like to leave it as just a preamp. It's always on for me. There's no boost at all. It's just flat. And then the Deep 6 compressor is run, maybe about 9 o'clock for the level, and the blend at about 50%. Keeps things just really smooth. Actually makes the guitar sound a little bit more professional, easy to mic. So with those two on, you can hear the difference sound. Alright, the first pedal in the chain is a Xotic RC Booster. It is the kind of lead boost that I use with the volume and the bass turned all the way up. That just kind of helps when I'm stacking it with the distortion to push the front end of my amp and to really give me kind of the extra punch when I need to play something leading out. So with that, here's how this sounds. Alright, so the gain is all the way down on that, so it's really just pushing the amp. All that drive is coming just from pushing the amp as hard as maybe the pedal can go. I think it's like a 60 decibel boost there. And then out of those pedals, we're coming to the Disaster Area DPC5, which is like a direct access looper and full MIDI control for the Timeline and BigSky. And you can make kind of different patches for songs. So with one click, the whole board will change and prevents kind of tap dancing in the middle of a worship set. And for some of the different loops, I'm using as a first stage overdrive an Emerson custom Paramount, and that's in this true bypass looper. So here's how that sounds. Real light overdrive, really transparent, and great stuff over there. Maybe my favorite pedal on my pedal board has been this Walrus Audio Mayflower transparent overdrive. It is a really great sounding overdrive that is kind of my medium stage overdrive. So here's that. And a lot of the time, some of the overdrive sounds that I'm getting are coming from the Mayflower and the Paramount stacked together. So here is maybe how that sounds. So those are really great there. And then as the third stage, when I just want things a little bit more overdriven, I'll use this Bondi Effects Sick As overdrive, and here's how that sounds. So that's my drive section there. And then out of the DPC-5, I'm coming to this, this one's mine modified Ernie Ball volume pedal to prevent the tone loss when I'm running into my tuner, which I am. And then out of that comes to this Boss DD5 that's been recased by the guys over at JHS. Kind of go between a dotted eighth sound, which is what the DD5 is famous for, and what it is set at now, which is kind of just a reverse delay that hangs kind of under the mix. So what I'll use a lot of the times is this sound. So that kind of pulses under things, and I'll use that, you know, again going between those two different modes. Then out of that, I'm coming into the Timeline and into the BigSky. These are both monsters of pedals. So I'm using like 13 bangs for the Timeline, just depending on the different songs that we use, and then maybe about 6 for the BigSky. And it's kind of just the same couple of sounds, but depending on the songs and tempos and different mix levels is kind of the way I'm using these two. And then out of those, go into the stereo patch bay with a mute switch made by This One's Mine. In case anything crazy happens on stage from the pedal board and my amp is far away, I can just mute it right at the end of everything, so there's never any noise that comes through. And that's that. So just maybe some of the sounds that I'm using to go through some different songs. I like to use the Hall setting on the BigSky for reverb and kind of this low mix delay on the Timeline with some overdrive. That might sound like this. Alright, there you have it. Hope you enjoy.